2000 film Gladiator, directed by Ridley Scott, is a film which remains a personal favorite of mine. It was a glorious and brutal period piece with some great action and storytelling. At the time, also, I had never seen a full length Hollywood movie based on this type of subject gladiator battles in the Roman Colosseum. I also remember part of my love for it was the timing of its release. I was a sophomore in high school, and it came out right around my birthday, so it was perfect timing. And I remember seeing the trailer thinking, man, that movie looks kick-ass. And I also remember it was playing Kid Rock Ball with the Ball in the background, which was a popular song at the time. I must emphasize the at the time part of that. Anyway, I went and saw Gladiator for my birthday, and it was amazing and epic. My 15-year-old self got the machismo fix that I needed at the time. The film went on to win 5 Oscars, including Best Actor for Russell Crowe and Best Picture for the year 2000, which a lot of people, critics and audiences alike, didn't feel like it deserved it, but I wholeheartedly disagree. It was a film with a whole rounded 360 story with completed character arcs that ended on a perfect note that really didn't need a sequel.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true emperor, Marcus Aurelius.
I remember that day. I never forgot it. That a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
So here we are, 24 years later, with Gladiator 2. A movie that nobody really wanted or asked for, frankly, but we got it, so here we are. When this was first announced, my first thought was why? And also how? Because, if you haven't seen the last film, spoiler, Maximus, Russell Crowe's character, dies at the end. So how exactly are they going to continue things and make it stand apart but also tie in? It's a tough balancing act. There were actually some surprising, bold moves in this sequel. Paul Mescal plays Lucius from the first Gladiator, the son of Lucilla, played by Connie Nielsen. Nielsen being the only major actor from the first film returning for this sequel. Pedro Pascal, who is absolutely killing it in Hollywood right now, plays a character named Marcus Acacius. The film presents him to you from several different perspectives and angles, and ultimately makes you see that he's not what you think he was originally. Just a side note, my brother and I were talking, and I was telling him how it's kind of funny how Pedro Pascal has literally looked the exact same in the last 5 or 6 things he's done. Just, I don't know, same hair, same beard, exact same beard in the last 5 or 6 roles he's been in. It's like, okay, Joel from Last of Us is in ancient Rome now, and oh wait, is that Acacius in Drive Away Dolls? It doesn't matter. He's a damn good actor and can disappear into any role. It's just something I noticed. It's kind of funny. It's kind of like Jason Momoa, except Pedro Pascal is a way better actor.
This is the way.
Another new character in this is named Macrinus, played by the legendary Denzel Washington. He is a man who recruits gladiators and is a total scene stealer.
You will be my instrument.
You can tell Denzel had fun playing this part. He hams up every moment he is on screen.
The gods themselves want Rome reborn. They sent me to fulfill that task.
I own your house.
Silence
Is the universal language.
Hail Macronus! Hail Macronus!
I must have power.
You also have the twin emperors, Geta and Carcalla, who were real, by the way, played by Joseph Quinn and Fred Heichinger. They give some kind of sickening comical energy to these characters who, like I said, were real rulers, by the way, and were supposedly really like the way that they were in the movie.
The gods have spoken!
I fight the free road for men like them.
The nods to the first Gladiator are there, but they don't overshadow the story here in this movie, and they do a good job with tying Lucius into it all and having his connection make sense and everything, have it be justified without it being corny. So yeah, there are some really great parts in this movie. Unfortunately, there are also some kind of questionable parts. I do have to say, despite all the production value and effort that went into this, there's a part of this that still feels like a Hollywood cash grab to some degree. I mean, like I said at the beginning, this is a completely unnecessary sequel that didn't even need to happen. Not to mention, director Ridley Scott is 86, no, wait, he's 87. He just turned 87. He's 87 years old, and he's still cranking out like a movie a year. Since 2021, he has released The Last Duel, House of Gucci, Napoleon, and now this. Now, you look at all those movies, those are not simple movies. Those are 2.5 to 3 hour long period pieces, which really kind of makes me wonder how much work he's actually doing on the movie. Obviously, he's a legendary director, so he's got a big team behind him, I'm sure, that does probably 90% of the work for him. You gotta wonder, how he's still cranking that many movies out at this age. There's a lot more CGI in this movie than in the last one, but that's to be expected. I mean, there's a scene where they fight baboons. Yeah, baboons. And they throw them in a pit and put them up against baboons. And the baboons, they don't look real, but they look cool. They do look cool, I will give them that. There's another scene, which they showed in the trailer a little bit, where the Coliseum is flooded, and they do like a naval battle, and there are sharks in the water, which they actually used to do, by the way. But I swear, those sharks are worse than the sharks in a Far Cry game. As soon as anyone hits the water, they beeline it, and just immediately attack them and eat them. Real sharks wouldn't do that.
Ready to round!
And that's what I mean. Parts like that just kind of diverts the film into this kind of mindlessness where you can just shut your brain off and just watch a cool looking but unrealistic type of battle. Also, the film is missing a core element that the first one had. It was missing that scene. That one scene where it stays in the scene for about 10 minutes and it doesn't cut away, and you really get to know the characters on a level where you are right there with them when the scene is over. That is the scene that connects you with those characters for the rest of the movie. Think of that one long scene between Russell Crowe and Oliver Reed in the first one, where you really got to know both of them.
Then listen to me. Learn from me. I wasn't the best because I killed quickly. I was the best because the crowd loved me. Win the crowd, and you'll win your freedom.
I will win the crowd. I will give them something they've never seen before.
There's nothing like that in here. This is a 2 hour and 32 minute long movie, and the longest scenes in the movie are probably 4 to 5 minutes. There are a few good scenes between Denzel and Paul Mescal, but they don't let them stew long enough, and it really lets something develop from the scene. It's like they're just constantly in a rush to get to the next scene. There are also moments where the scene cuts away in the middle of something like a conversation or an act of something that's going on, and to show you another character, show you something, and I'm like, no, wait, go back. Why did you cut away? You almost had something there. Why did you? No. Look, I know that they were trying to cram a lot into this movie, but some lazy editing decisions and the need to just put way too much in were definitely the downsides of this movie. Overall, though, I still liked Gladiator 2. It's not historically accurate. I know that. The first one wasn't either. But overall, you have to remember that this is just entertainment at its core. So, to answer Maximus's question from the first one, I was entertained. I am entertained. Ah! Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, anyway, the score is great. The production value is amazing. The performances are all pretty good. And I enjoyed my time with Gladiator 2, and I would watch it again. I would. I'm going to give Gladiator 2 a 7 out of 10.
These are the wishes of Marcus Aurelius.
Go!
Speak to me, Father.
Are you not entertained?
We stay together, we survive.
We're finally going back to where we belong.